Good evening everyone and welcome back to our channel. I am Twinkle Quatra from IIM Law College and currently a legal intern at Lexis and Company, and today the topic that I am going to discuss is limitation on testimony power of a Muslim. So in my last video I have talked about will, and now I will talk about limitation of that will. So first is that with respect to the extent of the property that can be bequeathed. It means that a Muslim can only bequeath 1/3 part of his property, and that 1/3 part is will also be evaluated after the death or any or funeral of that person. If he is having any debt, then that 1/3 from that 1/3 part, that debt will be subtracted, and the funeral expenses will also be subtracted. After that, part will be calculated, and he can only give 1/3 part, and if he wants to go beyond that 1/3 part, then he have to take the consent of his other legal heirs. Now the condition arises that legal heir doesn't give consent. Now that in that case the will be valid only to that 1/3 part, and beyond that 1/3 part, that is other 2/3 part, will not be considered as valid will. The other condition is that a person is not having any legal heir. In that situation, he can give any part of his property to that stranger or to any other person, and in the case where he is having legal heir, then also he is giving the property to any other person, that will not be considered as valid, and only that 1/3 part of the will be considered as valid, otherwise not. And this is done to protect the right of the legal heir that are there in the family. Now second limitation is with respect to the legatees to whom the property is given. It means that I have told you earlier that the consent of the legatees are really very crucial. It is because the person cannot give his entire property to any one any one legal heir. He have to distribute the property in equal way. So to prevent any injustice, this limitation is there. Now we will talk about construction of a will. So a will can be constructed by the rule laid under Islamic law, and the document which is made by a person during his lifetime, and that comes into the effect at the time of the death, that is called will. And at the time of the death, the will has to be interpreted, but there are situations when the language is not clear, and people means the legal heir cannot interpret the will in a well way. So for example, if a father died and he just said that the particular property or that particular shop will be given to his two sons, but he hasn't tell the proportion of that property, that in what proportion each and every son will be given. So in that case, a mutual consent of both the sons will be considered. They have to decide it mutually that what portion have to take by whom. So now talk about revocation of a will. So Muslim law give right to a Muslim to revoke a will in any time, and he can also add on the things at any time. Now the revocation can be express revocation and also implied revocation. So under express revocation, it can be in oral way or it can be in written way. For example, if there is a person who bequeaths some of this property to a person, and by making subsequent will he bequeaths the same property to another person, it means the will has been revoked. So if I am a Muslim and I have given my will to one person, but without telling him, I just gave that same property and make same will in the name of other person, so automatically the revocation has been done by me of the first person. Now if legator burns or turns off, or he just fades away that will, then also the revocation will be considered as valid. Implied revocation. What is implied revocation? It is any act done by legator contrary to the bequeath's will revoke the will. In other words, we can say that an act which led to the annihilation of the subject matter of the bequests is considered as an implied revocation of a will. For example, if a legator executed a will, given land to a person and builds a house on the same land, or if he sells or gifts the land to someone else, then consequently the will is said to be impliedly revoked. And because under Muslim law, there is a right that person can execute at any time. He can add things to his will or can subtract things from his will. So that's it for today's video. I hope you liked it. If you have any doubt, you can comment me down below, and also keep liking, keep sharing, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.